Good evening. Welcome back to Spa Brunch at the Golden Door. We're here in Escondido, California at the original Golden Door Spa all this week. So I'm bringing you my week-long journey and what's turning into actually quite a life-changing event, really totally unexpected. I can't wait to fill you in. I'm Candy, your host, in case you forgot, and I want to thank you for joining us. So tonight, as I said, it's going to be juicy. So you might want to, instead of that normal cup of tea you cuddle up with, you might want to grab a cocktail and your favorite blanket and sit back and enjoy the ride. Today was all about inner work for me. And blueberry waffles, and I'll say about that in a second. But I had decided after yesterday, I had the little breakdown I think I mentioned on the massage table. A little crying spell there for some reason, and the therapist thought I was blocked somehow, and I just couldn't figure out why. And so today I thought I would do something a little different. Instead of doing as many active things, do some more contemplative and meditative and make it very Zen, very Japanese. And I also had a lifestyle session today, which I'll tell you about in just a bit, lifestyle coaching session, which was amazing. Some really great tips from Ann Harriet Buck, who was my coach today. And the highlight of probably this whole trip, I have to say, was Deborah Szekely, who is the founder of the Golden Door and also of Rancho La Puerta, came and talked to us at our after dinner talk. And she's more than an inspiration. She is the epitome of health and beauty, and she has so much energy. She's 90 years old, and she has more energy and more clarity and more purpose and focus than any 20-year-old that I know. And I cannot wait to tell you some of her advice and ideas and philosophies on growing younger. So be sure. So we're going to get right into that in just a second. I want to remind you once again, as always, that you can always check out the resource guide at the end of this week. I'm going to be putting up some written journals and a resource guide to some of the products and things I've mentioned here. A lot of the things can be found here in the Golden Door Boutique too. So I'll have links to that. They have goldendoorboutique.com if you want to pop on there before the end of the week. And also on Facebook, I've uploaded an album, a photograph album. So if you don't like Art of the Spa on Facebook, go to Art of the Spa. There's also Golden Door Spas on Facebook. I think you remember I got the breakdown yesterday on the massage table. So this morning at 5:45, they do something here every week. So for every week-long program, they have different hikes and things that they do so you don't get bored, So every hike in the morning is varied. And today they had a really, really cool hike. I really wanted to do it. I can't tell you. It's called a meditation hike. And they go on a very slow, quiet, no one's allowed to say anything, quiet walk up and down the switchbacks to the top of the mountain, the hillside here. And at the top, the Tai Chi master does Tai Chi. Everyone does Tai Chi with him. And then they all come back down, same very slow kind of thinking pace, and they go to the labyrinth, which I don't know if you might not know. A labyrinth it's a circle. I'll have some images so you can check out what it looks like. But just to describe it, it's like if you think of a big circle, like a maze garden, like in England, like it's these hedges, they're all like in different mazes. So imagine that if the hedges weren't there and it was a circle, and where the hedges would be are lines. So what the labyrinth is for is, you enter the labyrinth, you enter that to get rid of your worries, get rid of things that you want to let go, bad habits. And it's a great tradition here at the Golden Door, and you enter the circle, walk it, meditate upon it, and then you burn, I believe it's a sage leaf, and then that to burn away that issue, whatever that is you want to just get out of your life. Then you walk back, and it's supposed to be a very freeing, very symbolic experience. So they then did that, and then they had a breakfast where then everyone could talk. And I still wanted to do it, but because of yesterday and because I've been doing so many of the activities here, I really wanted to just take some time and discover some things on my own. And that's something we all sort of forget when you go somewhere where there's a lot of activities. And what's great about here is that you can change your schedule. The schedulers had some really fun things for me this morning, that hike, a Zumba class, that I decided instead to stay in bed. So I luxuriated ate in bed with my blueberry waffles this morning, just kind of starting the day really slowly. And yes, I said blueberry waffles. It's just another amazing thing that we ate here that is healthy. They have a healthy version of blueberry waffles. So I had my breakfast tray. I had a book. I just kind of sat in bed and just was happy and appreciated where I was, and just kind of absorbed my surroundings. I want to be sure that I can take back as much of this as I can once we leave, but we won't talk about that right now. So after that, I went to a yoga class, which was a very contemplative experience, because something we sort of talked about today in yoga I thought was really interesting was the fact that a lot of people kind of do yoga, and it's sort of like a competition, like a stretching competition, who can be like Stretch Man. I don't know if you had that toy when you were a kid, but there was this toy where you stretched his arms as wide as you could stretch them, and it was called Stretch Man. And it was my brother's toy, so we would try to stretch him out. And you go to yoga classes sometimes, and you're just like, everyone's just trying to outstretch each other and get into these poses, and it becomes all about fitness and a competition, or working out in a competition, I should say, not so much fitness, and less about really the mind-body aspect of it. And the teachers here are really great at combining both. I mean, it's challenging, but by using small movements and adjustments to your positions, and it's also very luxurious because at the end of class, when we are in our relaxation pose, the teacher comes around and massages us as we meditate. So when you're at home and you're laying in your relaxation pose, imagine someone coming and giving you a lovely facial massage, and then putting lavender bags on your eyes. It's seriously just heaven. I cannot tell you. So you may not be able to get that massage unless maybe your husband or boyfriend or kids may oblige you. But definitely the lavender bags, that's something you can have right beside yourself when you're practicing. And then when you get into your relaxation pose, put that over your eyes. And it's especially good if you practice during the day and it's really bright and you want to have some darkness. So following yoga class, I sort of wasn't quite sure what I wanted to do, trying to kind of take it easier and kind of thinking. And I had remembered that in our journals, there was a self-guided hiking tour, because the grounds here are just huge. And a lot of it you don't see on the hikes because we go different ways. So I decided to just kind of take the self-guided tour through the gardens, and they have also like a brochure that tells about all the art here on the property. So as you're walking, it's like a self-guided walking tour of all of the art. And it really is. It's like a museum. A lot of the sculptures as well as the furnishings, I think I've mentioned before, here were imported from Japan by Deborah, the founder. So it's extremely authentic. And the gardens, tonight she told us, they are as authentic and as close, and they are exactly like what you will see when you go to Japan, exact replica. And so I took off on that, and it was just so beautiful. I took a lot of pictures. I'll be putting those up on Facebook as well. And it's just, the grounds, I've told you before, are very Japanese and lush, but I also took a little detour and went around the vegetable garden. They grow everything that you eat basically here, except for I believe the fish. They might get fresh from the port, but everything that we eat here is grown right on the grounds. So it's super fresh, super healthy and nutritious. And the gardens are just really are just beautiful just to walk through them and smell all of the, the oranges and the different herbs. It was just a really, really gorgeous experience to be able to walk around that. And they've surrounded the vegetable gardens with irises, which are there to repel predators. So learned something new about that. But not that I think I'll be planting a big vegetable garden like that anytime soon, but in case you have one, that's a really pretty way to repel pests, I think. So, then we had our lunch. And today, lunch was kind of interesting, too, because it came in a bento box. So a bento box it's like a tray, kind of like, the old school lunch trays with, the divider partitions in it. They kind of divide your courses. Well, a bento box is sort of like a luxe version of that. It's black lacquer, and it's a tray, but it has high sides, probably about 2 inches high all around, and then it's partitioned into 4 even sections. And then we had like sushi in one section, a salad in one section, a noodle, a fry in one section. I mean, it was really fried, but stirred. It was a stir saute. And then we had our dessert in one section. And it makes such an elegant presentation. I highly recommend you buying one of these if you can. And they also make another really good holiday gift. It's kind of innovative. You could even fill the sections with different, like, healthy foods. You could go, to Trader Joe's or Whole Foods and get, like, the really interesting pastas. Or maybe if you're going to have it refrigerated right before you're going to give it, you could have sushi in there. You could just do all kinds of really interesting things with it. And you can actually see what one looks like over on the GoldenDoorBoutique.com website. And I also have a picture of our lunch today, so I'll post that up for you too. And after that, I just had some more walking around the grounds. They have a really pretty meadow here, and it has a bamboo forest. And what's really significant about the bamboo forest is that every bamboo stalk is planted. Every time a guest has been here 10 years, a bamboo stalk is planted in symbolism of that guest. So there are over 400 of these bamboo trees in this forest. And just think of how significant that is. That means that each one, 10 times, someone's been here. Someone who's been here 10 times. I mean, think of how much wellness. And I can't think of what else to say, but how much amazement I have that someone has been able to be here 10 times, how much health and wellness they've been able to absorb by being able to come here that many times, and certainly hope one day one of those trees can represent my 10th visit here at the door. After that, I had to get back for my massage, and today the massage was really gorgeous. I was so much more relaxed, and I don't know if it was because I wasn't, maybe doing as much today, or it was because I was more mindful of it and I was breathing a little bit deeper. In yoga, the teacher totally called me out and said that I was not exhaling properly, that I wasn't letting things out, and it actually nearly sent me to tears again, because I felt like that's really something I have trouble with, not letting things out. So, really that symbolic outwards breathing, just those long inhales and long exhales, just doing that worked wonders for like any of the knots and things that Amalia found. And Amalia is my massage therapist, and she actually gave me another really great tip. She suggested that I drink mint tea before bed, and it's calming, relaxing. It's also good for circulation, and as an added bonus, mint tea can actually help you lose weight. Not that it's like a huge weight loss thing, but it can contribute to weight loss. So there you go. It's mint. You have some peppermint tea in honor of the holidays tonight before you go to bed. But my big the event I've been waiting for all day was my private consultation, like lifestyle coaching with Ann Harriet Buck. And as you remember, she taught the meditation class that we talked about on Monday, and also the Be Happy and Thrive class that was on Tuesday. And I liked her so much and felt that she could really maybe help me with some of my, work issues and how to use my time better and streamlining it. And so I thought, it'd be a really good idea, especially because I want to try to, be healthy from the inside out and feel really good so that we can keep on bringing you giving you my best, I don't know if you realize, a lot of people kind of think that, you've got to just kill yourself and not take care of yourself to take care of others. But really, you need to take care of yourself so that you can give your best to other people. Because if you're not your best, you don't have it to give. So I really was looking forward to that, and so she came to my room. Another great little private visit. It's amazing how many people come to your room actually, and we had a talk. And what happened was, actually, instead of talking about the work, we ended up kind of discussing the issue that I have of getting power over how others treat me. Or, I don't know about you, but sometimes, I just let things go and I don't really command respect that I need. And it was just really insightful. I tend to be more shy with people, and I couldn't, she really nailed a lot of really simple things that I'm doing that I can change. And, that aren't aggressive or anything like that. But just kind of, making yourself feel better about yourself, giving you some empowerment and a little bit of, self-love. So, and one of the things I particularly really like that she told me, one way is if you're in any kind of situation where you're feeling kind of powerless and you feel like you want to feel like the victor again, just to kind of give yourself that boost or that motivation you need, she recommended seeking out a self-defense class, but not just any self-defense class, actually like one where, they put on like the suits, you put on the suit and you like punch the guy, like he's attacking you, and, where you can really get out that physical and really feel that power. So I can't wait to try that. I've already started looking around for one to take when I get back. And, that's not the only private class they offer here, too. They have a whole a book of different things that you can do privately here. There's a fencing class you can take. There's ballroom dancing. There's lots of inner work things, like the lifestyle coaching. There's hypnotherapy. They have a whole list, I believe, on the goldendoorspa.com website. You can check out all the different things you can do, and really it depends on your goals. When you come to at the beginning of your visit, your personal coach kind of will help you decide if you want to take any of those classes, which ones would be kind of good for helping you meet whatever goal you set when you come to the Golden Door. But the big event actually ended up being the bigger one than I thought. Was tonight, Deborah Szekely, who I mentioned earlier, who is the founder of Golden Door and also of Rancho La Puerta Spa, came and spoke. And she actually comes every week and speaks with the guests unless she's traveling. And she is so amazing. She is so passionate about life, so happy. I want to be just like her. She is my role model. And I don't know if many of you know this, but when I was younger, I was overweight, and I read about the Golden Door in a magazine and decided one summer that I was just going to kind of try to follow what I had read, as much as I had read, and at home, and try to lose my weight. And I did, and that actually started me on my lifelong, passion with spa and with bringing it home and with really, getting other people excited about it. And so it was really emotional to meet her. I was nearly crying. I was so excited because really she's the reason I'm here. You wouldn't be listening to this right now if it weren't for her. So that was truly a momentous event, just meeting her. But the fact, she is unbelievable. She's doing so many cool projects. She's developing some really neat things, which I'll talk to you about later when I know more about it. But she is working on some really cool wellness-related projects, and she is just go. Just got back from a trip on the East Coast, and whatever she's doing, I want to do. I'm telling you, whatever she's doing. And she has a really a really great philosophy. She said at the beginning of her talk about how, your body is your home. It's where you live. So, why is it that most people take care of their cars better than they do their bodies? Well, I can't really answer that question, but it's definitely a fact, unfortunately. And, she's all about prevention. That's why she founded the Golden Door. It's actually a health farm, over 50 years ago. And it is turned into what it is today. And it's still, maybe they don't have that. It's not the health farm, nomenclature. It's a spa. But it really was revolutionary. It was the only thing like it in its day. And it's where a lot of, like, Hollywood's elite used to come here. And Kim Novak and, Barbara Streisand's been here. And they would come here, like, they've gotten a role. Maybe they've been out of work for a week or so. But guess what? Got that big part. Now, guess what? Got to lose this weight. So, the actors just like us. Are just like us. They go through, their phases too, and they need to be rejuvenated, and they would come here and, for a month. And actually, it wasn't even here. The original Golden Door was like a 2-story motel, which is now run over by a highway, but this is like the second Golden Door, basically, but really the real one, the one that really took it off. When it took off, it was in where it is right now, in Escondido. So Deborah just has written a book, and I don't really want to tell you the title because I'm not sure if it's been released out to the public yet, but it's all about her ideas for aging well and really almost like growing younger. She has the coolest thing. She actually has a Navy SEAL trainer come to her home every day. Isn't that amazing? A Navy SEAL trainer every day, and she does Pilates 4 times a week. It turns out, even her, she's had some health issues. She had breast cancer 30 years ago, 30-year breast cancer survivor. She was so matter of fact about it, and her philosophy about it, she was just like, she said, her breast betrayed her, out with it. And, it's a 30 years ago. She had it, and she is so healthy. It goes to show you that health is a lot about what we do, what we put into our bodies, and that's what she's all about. Really don't eat processed foods, only eat natural foods, and that's what they really stress here at the door. And you've seen all week, the food is unbelievable, and it's good. It's delicious. It's delicacies, things you think that, oh my gosh, I'd never be able to eat that again if I eat healthy. Pizza, blueberry waffles. You can eat it. You can enjoy it. It doesn't have to be that detrimental. You could still go on that trip to Paris and, eat pastries and croissants and, but as long as you come back, it's what you do every day. It's what you surround yourself with. And really, I'm really so passionate about that too. So I'm right on board with her. You definitely take care of yourself. So because you know what, most of us may live to be 80, 90 years old. But the thing is what's that 80 or 90 going to look like, right? I mean, is it going to be, in a wheelchair? I mean, are we still going to be traveling? Are we going to be like her? She's working in Washington, doing all kinds of really cool, amazing things. I certainly hope so. That's what I wish for all of us. One thing I thought was really kind of a unique approach. She said, in the morning, she has like a just little 3 to 4 minute routine she sort of does before she even gets out of bed. So instead of like jolting the body out of bed, you just sort of like, wake up a little bit gradually, don't just be all groggy, hit the alarm clock, go back to sleep, and then wake up. What she suggests, and she calls it an awakening, which I really like. She's like, when you wake up in the morning, just wiggle, just very slightly, like wiggle your toes, your fingers, just kind of move a little bit. Get your body just prepared, get the blood flowing. And then take a few deep breaths, and feel blessed. Feel really blessed, because we are blessed. We're so lucky that we're alive. We can enjoy the day. We can be here. We can be mobile. We can be active. There's so many people that can't be. So really appreciate and enjoy what we have. And so feel blessed. Take a few breaths. Next, say out loud, good morning, and really mean it. I loved how she did this. She really shouted it out. She was like, "Good morning," and and really look at it as good morning. It's another day of unminted pages and of new beginnings and opportunities, and you just don't know what it's going to hold. And that's just I think you should do that at the end of the day too, when you're at night. Say good night and just kind of think about what was good about that day. Just add to that, and then you'll have a better sleep. And there's one other thing that I just want to share real quick. It was a few things actually. One thing she mentioned Meatless Mondays. So she supports Meatless Mondays, and I know that's a really big thing with all our fans on Twitter. So she's got the founder of the Golden Door on your side too, Meatless Monday people. And she has loads of recipes. Like, they don't serve any red meat here. We've had no meat the whole time. I don't even miss it. In fact, another thing, we haven't had any TV, and I haven't even missed that. And usually I tend to have it on in the background while I'm working, but no, not today, or not all week actually. So really haven't missed that. That's a thing that's, I think we always think, oh my gosh, we can't give up TV, but you can if you can fill your life with other more interesting things. And the final thing I wanted to talk about, which Deborah talked about a little bit, was a really interesting kind of trick, to make you really appreciate your body more and what it does, marvel at the wonder of it. When you take a bite of food, think of what it's doing, where it's going, how it's being processed, all the different things that your body does to process that, and how amazing that is. It just does it on its own. It's going to feed your spirit, feed your soul, feed your muscles, so that they can do whatever it is you need to do. And one suggestion she gave to kind of, to get into that a little more is go look at some books on the body, like actual picture books. Maybe you might have to go to a hospital and look in their medical library, but I'm sure at most libraries, look at a few anatomy books. Check out, what the inside looks like and think about it. Think about, wow, this is my body. It's really amazing, and I was given this. It's a gift, and I should really take care of it. So she finds life fascinating, and that she said that's her secret, and that she really wants to live, and she wants more of it, and it's, the passion for life, and it's worth working for and staying fit and healthy, and I couldn't agree more. And I think that's a really good way to end the night tonight. Kind of go to bed thinking about how fascinating life is and how much you really want to live, and seize the day tomorrow. And I hope you do that awakening exercise that I just mentioned. I know I'm going to try it out. So until tomorrow, we'll see you again. Thanks again for joining me here at the Golden Door Spa Brunch, special fireside chat series. And once again, I want to remind you, if you want more information about the spa and about Golden Door, you can go to goldendoorspa.com. We're going to have some more detail and links and resources for you from this week. And have a beautiful, beautiful good night. See you tomorrow.